Hey everybody, welcome back. What is up with all this negative effects? Aim rework. You can see behind me all of that red. Lots of it. Eventually some of it turns green. So, look, we're here today as a part of the Envoy program to share with you some of the new things coming to the game. Obviously aim rework's been talked about for a long time. Graviton kit. How he goes along with aim. We've got Phil Coulson. What? That's kind of crazy. Been waiting a while for that one. So got that kit. We've got a rework to who? Quake? What? Medic? Are you for real? Those two? Yeah. They're minor. So anyway, so we got a bunch of stuff here to talk about. And let's get through this message so we can get to the kits. I'm a part of a volunteer FoxNext Envoy program. I'm not an employee of FoxNext, nor am I an employee of Marvel. I do not receive any payments from either of these companies. The information that I was provided came directly from FoxNext through this Envoy program. However, any opinions, comments, or analysis of this information is strictly my own.
Bring me WolverThor!
Alright, before we get specific to the kits, let me make these couple kind of stat qualifications on these things so you know exactly what you're looking at. So, all of the footage that you're seeing behind me, everything I'm going to be talking about, is a level 70 character, 7 yellow stars, 1 red on those 7 yellow, gear tier 13, and full abilities, meaning all their T4s. So 7, 7, 7, 5. So everything you're going to see is going to be a full T4 ability. So, you know, I'll try to guess a little bit on what those might be, but I wanted you to know that up front. So, max abilities. So, having said that, let's look at our first character. Okay, first up, Graviton. His basic ability is called Gravity Well. It's attack the primary target for 250% damage and bonus attack for 100% damage per negative effect on the target. That'll play a big role in this, given that he's going to be with a lot of aim and there's going to be a lot of negative effects, so that's going to hit a lot, that extra bonus attack. My guess is the T4, there's an extra 50% on the regular damage, and then probably maybe another 25 on the bonus attack damage per negative effect, but again, just guessing. Crushing Force, special. 3 energy, starts full. Attack the primary target for 300% damage. Apply 2 slows, up to a maximum of 5, to the primary target and adjacent targets. If Scientist Supreme is ally, synergy alert. Apply bleed to the primary target and adjacent targets. This attack costs 3 ability energy. T4 guesses here, you know, probably another 50% damage on the primary attack. I'm guessing an additional slow. It goes from 1 to 2, or the possibility of 1 to 2 to a guaranteed 2. And then everything else I think is pretty much the same. I don't think you're going to get any extra bleeds or anything like that with the T4s, or the ability to get the bleed. Ultimate. Singularity. Now, I do need to say there seems to be some conflict in the text here. So it says 3 energy starts full, but it says it the same way that the special does. So I think it's probably just a copy and paste error, because later in the text it says this attack costs 6 ability energy. So I'm thinking this is not available first turn, and it's probably 6. Comes with, who knows, 3, 4, 5. Attack the primary target for 300% damage plus 100% additional damage per negative effect and apply stun. This attack costs 6 energy. So my T4 guesses here, probably another 50 to 100% on the damage. 100% might be a little bit high for the T4. And then the additional damage per negative effect, I could see it being anywhere from 25 to 50%. That'd be a pretty high jump for the 50s, but that's my guess. Passive. When it's called Weight of the World. because graviton, gravity, get it? When an enemy drops below 50% health, increase the duration of their negative effects, plural, by +1, up to a maximum of 5. It's kind of like a reverse Colossus to the other team. Kind of like that. Aim minion allies gain plus 20% damage. Aim minion allies gain plus 20% health. In war specific, on turn, change the speed bar of the enemy with the highest speed by negative 25%. So every time he goes, he's gonna go Black Widow, you, reduced by a quarter of your speed. So that's kind of an interesting ability. That's the first time you just get to do that on your turn. So we'll see how that plays out. Definitely a kind of interesting aspect there. Another in the passive, in war, when an enemy drops below 75% health, apply Disrupted. So that's kind of neat, where it's you've got the 75% health in war, you get Disrupted, and then all the time if it drops below 50, it extends those negative effects by 1. So in theory, depending on how much damage you're doing, you could get Disrupted and then get it extended as you keep getting lower and lower and lower, which is nice because you can't, put regen or anything like that on someone, or defense up. So T4 guesses here. I don't see anything with the first one when it drops below 50 health. I think the aim minion damage is probably a plus 10%. Same thing with the max health. Speed bar might be 5% or 10% there. And that's it. I think that's all you're going to get out of those T4s. So next up is Scientist Supreme, his little synergistic friend. Basic Serum Pistol. Attack primary target for 240% damage. Apply 2 random effects to primary target. T4 guesses probably 20 to 40% damage instead of 1 to 2 random negative effects is probably guaranteed 2. I don't think there's probably gonna be much T4 upgrade there. The 2 is probably, that's nice to get the guaranteed, but me personally, if it's 1 to 2, I'm probably sticking with that. Special Field Trials, 3 energy. Don't know if this starts full or not. Flip 4 negative effects into positive effects for all allies. Apply 2 regen to self and all aim allies. Increase duration of positive effects on self and all aim allies, not just minion, all aim allies, by +1 up to a maximum of 3. So if I had to guess on T4s here, maybe the negative effects go from 3 to 4, an extra regen. I'm guessing that's it on that one. Probably just kind of no big deal, but okay, it's nice if you're really going hard at aim. I can see Dorian going for this one. Ultimate Retro Vaccine. It's 3 energy. Again, don't know if it comes full or not, but heal all allies for 3,500 health. No big deal, but it still has plus 15% of this character's max health. For healers, that percent heal is huge because as they grow in the game and we get more powerful, you need that percent because or they're all going to turn into Night Nurse where the heals don't do anything. So it's key to get that 15% there. It's very nice. Apply 2 to 3 random negative effects to all non-aim allies and all enemies for 2 turns. So this is very similar to what she kind of had before, but at this time it's just applying the negative effects to non-aim allies and all enemies. So she's going to give all the negative to everyone else. This time she's not necessarily giving it to any of the aim folks. So I really like that. I think they fixed that. That was one of the huge problems with her, in my opinion, now fixed. Gain 50% extra focus per each aim ally for this attack. So that makes sure that she can really kind of get that, apply all of those negative effects to who she needs to. T4 guesses here, probably 5% on the heal. The 2 to 3 random negative effects is probably 2 to 3. And then maybe an additional turn for the effects to last on the folks. I think that's probably a pretty good upgrade there if it's for sure the guaranteed 2 turns. Her passive, Mad Science, on spawn, change speed bar by plus 10% per aim ally. So that's pretty solid. You're assuming, I don't think she'll count herself, but she'll get 40% on her speed bar. So in theory, you're hoping she's really going to kind of go first which would be nice because she's spreading all those negative effects for everybody to kind of, hit into. On turn, 25% chance to revive an ally with 20% max health. Aim allies receive 30% max health instead. Now, for me, I think it's decent. A quarter chance to really revive someone just by going. She doesn't have to do an ability to res them. That's pretty nice. On turn, grant 1 to 2 ability energy to all aim allies with a negative effect. So you now have got some energy generation going on here too. So that's really nice. So as far as the T4s go here, I'm guessing some plus in the speed bar, probably 5%. A plus 5% chance to revive, maybe 10% chance to revive, and maybe some 5 to 10% chance with the health. But and then the ability energy probably goes from 1 to 1 to 2. So that's pretty solid. So okay, next up, aim assaulter, basic, submachine gun. Attack primary target for 160% damage, plus apply bleed for 2 turns. That's pretty nice. I think T4 is probably just 20% damage. Maybe an additional turn for bleed. We'll see. Special, hyperdose, 3 energy. Don't know if it starts full or not. Attack primary target for 250% damage. I like this now because you're actually attacking someone with this ability. If this character has a negative effect, bonus attack the primary target for 125% per negative effect on that target. So every negative effect they have, bonus attack for 125%. I like that. Also, gain speed up for 4 turns. That's crazy to me. So basically, he's always got speed up. Always got speed up. That's dope. I love it. So T4 is probably 50% damage on the attack, 10 to 25% on that per negative effect, and then speed up's probably from 3 to 4 turns. To me, the speed up, don't put T4s in this for the speed up. You've got it plenty. Depending on the damage, maybe we'll see. So passive called Juicer. On turn, change speed bar by plus 20% for self and adjacent aim allies. So this is where it really becomes important where you place them, because you really want to get maximize that speed up. So you're probably putting them in the middle or in the back row somewhere. Gain plus 15% damage and 10% max health. T4 speed bar probably is 5% damage, maybe 5% health. I think probably stays the same. So that one might be worth it depending what the upgrade is there. I really like the speed bar bump, but depending how much T4s you got, you might not want to really throw at it. So now the next one is aim security. I've always been a big fan of aim security even before this rework, but let's see what happens here with her. So her basic, takedown. Attack primary target for 270% damage. If ability blocked, attack primary target for 470% damage instead. Also apply slow. The apply slow is there regardless of whether ability blocked or not. The ability block aspect is very interesting to me. It's kind of like, okay, so if it's ability blocked, then you get to hit harder. So I'm trying to think about who might be doing that and what the scenario is. And it's kind of like, okay, so maybe if someone doesn't let her taunt first turn, it's like, all right, you don't want me to let me taunt? I'm going to pound the crap out of you. So kind of like that. It's kind of neat. So special. Actually, before we get into the special, T4 is probably 30 to 50% damage increase. And I'm guessing 100% damage increase on that ability blocked one. Though I wouldn't do it for the ability blocked one because that's so situational. But I'm guessing that's probably a big boost. So special, charge capacitor, 3 energy. Again, not sure, if it comes fully charged or not. I'm guessing it does because she should probably use this first turn. Gain taunt for 1 turn plus slow for 2 turns. That's pretty typical. Her heal self and adjacent aim allies for 10,000 health plus 10% max health. Clear speed up on self. So if for some reason she gets a buff on her from Scientist Supreme or something like that, she's like, nope, I want to go slow, thanks. Now, I personally just wish it'd be a taunt for 2 turns, slow for 2 turns, or slow for one of those 2 turns, but whatever, it is what it is. So can't be too greedy here. It is science after all. Passive. Oh, actually, again, T4s. Slow is probably an additional turn here, and then the health probably you know, 3 to 5% on the max, and maybe 3 to 5k on the overall heal. Passive on attack if Scientist Supreme is ally. So again, there's that Scientist Supreme coming in as kind of a, you know, synergistic fella or lady. When above 75% health, transfer 1 negative effect from self and each aim ally to the attacking enemy. So to me, this is pretty cool. So if Security's got a bunch of health and you're attacking them because you're taunting her, you apply or transfer 1 negative effect from the self to whoever's attacking, which is kind of nuts. It's like, think about it, it's like you're just going to start transferring negative effects to whoever's hitting your taunted Security, which is pretty dope. I like that. Gain 10% max health and 15% resistance. So she really did need resistance. I hope I wish it would have been 25%. That would have been better, because she just always loses that taunt way too early. So T4's there, probably. It's really just got to be the max health and resistance, probably 5% each. That's my guess there. So let's jump to the next one. Okay, Aim Infector, basic, puncture. Attack primary target for 270% damage. Transfer all negative effects on this character to the primary target, plus apply a random negative effect. So this is really, it's making sure you're taking all negative effects you've got and putting it on them. This is kind of similar to what he's had before. It feels stronger. I think I don't remember if it was all negative effects, but I do like that. The damage seems pretty high. Also like that. T4 wise, probably 50 to 70% damage. The negative effects, it transfers all, maybe it was 3, and then the T4 gives it all negative effects. That's probably it for that one. So special biohazard, says 3 energy, doesn't say exactly how much it starts with. Change speed bar by plus 75%, heal self for 10,000 HP plus 20% of max health. So that's a hell of a heal, to be honest with you. Gain 2 counter and apply 2 counter to adjacent aim allies. So you see that kind of adjacent aspect in it. It'll come into play in the next couple we're going to talk about too, but that adjacent stuff is really kind of plays in. So you've got to think about who you want where and with what team. I think that kind of makes this team a little bit more fun than most of your other kind of team comps. So as far as T4s go here, speed bar probably 10 to 25%. No, probably 10%, 10, 15%. Heal 3k. Probably 5 to 10% of the max health heal. The counters probably goes from 1 to 2 to 2 guaranteed. So, which I'm not a big fan of the gain the counters from 1 to 2. So, passive metabolism. On turn, gain 2 random negative effects for 2 turns. Gain plus 10% speed. Gain plus 15% max health. Now, there's some other effects that kind of come into play with the passive, which is kind of interesting. On turn, if offense down, gain offense up for 2 turns. If you have defense down, then gain defense up for 2 turns. If slow, gain speed up for 2 turns. So you really never want to have any negative effects on the infector, because, and again, it's not going to flip them. It's just going to gain it. You know, so it's like, okay, I've got this. Well, I'm also going to get this. So it kind of keeps it in balance there. So you make sure that you're not just always offense down. So I kind of like that. It's pretty sweet. So I keep saying that, right? I kind of like that. It's pretty sweet. So T4s go. It could be the turns. The gain 2 random negative effects for 2 turns. It's probably from 1 to 2 to 2. Speed probably from 5% to 10%. Max health, probably same thing, 10 to 15. And then on turn, I think those are probably going to stay the same. It might be from 1 to 2 to 2. I could see that kind of going that route. All right, we still got 2 more to go. So Aim Researcher, basic, wounding shot. Attack primary target for 280% damage, plus apply offense down for 1 turn. Yeah, that's fine. No big deal. T4 is probably 50% damage. That's it. I wouldn't spend T4s on that. Her special, Synergy Drone. 3 energy. Again, doesn't say how much it starts with. She used to start with this full. I'm assuming probably still does. Heal lowest health ally and adjacent allies for 7,000 health, plus 15% of this character's max health, plus flip bleed on lowest health ally and adjacent allies. So again, adjacency. It's just playing all over the place here. So kind of interesting. Much better heal than before. Let's see, the T4s here, probably 2k on the heal and 5% on the heal for the percent health. And then the plus bleed, I think it's going to stay the same, nothing there. So passive antidote, on turn, choose one random ally to apply one random positive effect from this list. So on your turn, you're going to choose a random ally and give them one positive effect. And this is what you could get. Offensive up, defense up, speed up, regeneration, death proof, or deflect. All good bonuses. I like them all. If this ally is aim, then apply 2 random positive effects from the list. So you could get 2 of those. I'd be interested to see if you could get offense up for 2 turns. That'd be kind of cool if you could, but I'm guessing you just get 2. So again, pretty dope. When a negative effect is applied to an aim ally, fill this character's speed bar by plus 20%. So I am assuming that whenever you self-apply these negative effects onto an aim ally, this also happens. So I think this speed bar is going to be kind of pumping full where she can really heal. But I'm not sure on that. So it'd be kind of neat if that was the case, just to have her kind of just always going. As far as T4 goes, I'm guessing, well, it can't be the 1-to-1. It's already there. So I'd say if it's an aim ally, instead of 1 to 2 random positive effects, it's the guaranteed 2. That's really what I think it is. You can't go from 0 to 1 in a T4. So I guess maybe the speed bar, an additional 5% on the speed bar. So now let's get to our friend Mr. Monstrosity. I'm sure we've all got 6 red stars in this guy. We've had him forever. We've hated him. He's been terrible. Does he get any better? Let's find out. Basic bash. Attack primary target for 280% damage plus apply defense down. Okay, still it's hard. It'd be awesome if you applied defense down first. Don't know if that happens or not, but that would be awesome if it did. T4's ability there, probably 40 to 60% extra damage. Special sudden evolution costs 3 energy. Again, doesn't say if it comes full or not. Gain offense up plus apply offense up to adjacent aim allies for 3 turns. 3 offense up. Attack primary target with 300% damage. This attack cannot miss. Note, offense up happens before the attack only at ability level 7. So there's one T4 clearly right there for you. So, which I think is the first time that they've done a T4 like it. Typically it's a stat increase. This is going, will you now gain offense up before you attack? It's an interesting switch there. I kind of like it. Let's see. So other T4s, I'd say probably the buffs for the aim probably goes from 1 to 2 turns to 3 turns. And then the damage probably is a 50%. Nothing too crazy. Passive, growth spurt. On spawn, gain defense down. What? On turn, heal for 20% of max health. Every time he goes, heal. Captain Marvel heal. Captain Marvel heal. So it's very Captain Marvel-esque. So like that, it's probably T4 there's probably 10% on that heal. So that's your aim squad. Tons of it. Took a while. Probably going for like 10 minutes already. But we got to get to Coulson. He's finally here. Finally. One of 2 characters we've been waiting for so long for. Agent Coulson. The man that they all started avenging. He was the beginning. The myth. The legend. Agent Coulson. So let's see how this kid ended up. Alright. Basic. Night gun. Attack primary target for 230% damage plus chain to 2 to 4 adjacent targets for 180% damage. Counterattack breaks this chain. Change speed bar of primary and secondary targets by 20%. It's pretty nice ability there for a basic. So T4 is probably 30% damage. Some additional chains there, some probably additional 20% damage on the chain. Speed bar is probably 5%, maybe 10% adjustment there, but really nice basic. So gotta like that. His special, EMP Punch. 5 energy, starts with 5 energy. So you can use this first turn. Attack primary target for 200% damage. Attack all other enemies for 150% damage. On war, defense. Wait, what? Defense? Are we talking about shield on defense again? What? I don't know. See what you think. Transfer 4 positive effects from primary target to all non-minion shield allies. That's important. So it also could maybe determine where you want to use them too. Flip all positive effects on primary target. Remove all positive effects from all enemies. Probably thought I was done. I wasn't. Apply slow to all tech enemies. So this is a pretty monster special here. So, I mean, we're hitting somebody. We're attacking everybody else. And on war defense, you're transferring positive effects from whoever you're hitting to all non-minion shield, Nick Fury. And you're flipping all positive effects on the primary target. Now, the part that I ended up with there, or ended on, is remove all positive effects from all enemies. Apply slow to all tech enemies. I don't know if that's just in war defense or not. The format of this looks like it's probably always there, but don't hold me to that. So that could be an overall ability where it can happen anywhere, which is, it's pretty nice if you're removing positive effects from all enemies and applying slow to all tech Ultron enemies. Arena? Let's see, I don't know. So T4s, probably 20 to 30% damage on the primary, 10 to 20 on the secondary. War defense, I'm guessing you're getting, maybe 3 to 4 positive effects coming over. And then, where it talks about the all, probably was like a 3. And then when you get the T4, it'll guarantee you to go to all, which is probably a essential guarantee you want to do T4 upgrade. His ultimate, Teamwork. 7 energy, starts with 7. So this, in theory, could be the ability you want to use first turn. Apply offense up to all shield allies. Just all shield. It could be any shield. On war defense again. Clear all positive effects from the enemy with the most damage. Apply defense down and taunt to the enemy with the most damage. Call 2 allies with the most damage to attack the enemy with the most damage. So you're just taking everybody who's got like a ton of damage here and going attack the person with the most damage. Everybody who can like hit hard. Oh, and then you're attacking all enemies again for 280% damage. This dude's AoE is just like, he's just like Captain Marvel everywhere. It's like, all right, Coulson and Captain Marvel, you guys hanging out? Like, what's up with that? I mean, I guess they were in the movie together, so could be. T4 abilities. The offense up probably jumps from like 3 to everybody. The same thing on war defense. When you're clearing all the positive effects, it's probably jumping from 3 to all. The applied defense down, that's gonna stay. Maybe I bet you always get 2 allies. It could be from 1 to 2 to guarantee 2. And then there's probably an increase in the AoE damage there by 20 to 40% is my guess. So, but that's, again, this kid is looking sick for Coulson already. So I'm really, really digging this where it's just like, okay, I'm liking this. And like, I don't even have my shield team that strong. And I'm like, do I need to make him stronger? Maybe I do. Passive, the Agent. If Coulson drops below 50% health, change speed bar by 60% for shield medic. So they're developing some synergy there between Coulson and the medic, which is pretty cool. Again, on war defense, gain 40% max health. Shield allies gain 40% max health. On spawn, apply immunity to all shield allies. On spawn. Do you know what this means? Bye-bye, Brotherhood. Brotherhood no longer beats shield. Immunity. Unless they all go first. No, because Magneto would go first. Pretty big jump in there, huh? Let's see what else we got here. gain plus 120% resistance. Shield allies gain plus 120% resistance. So Foxnex is clear. This is me speaking here. This is step away from envoy delivery for a moment. I think Foxnex realizes they've got to get some defenses and more, and I think this is their attempt to do it. So, or one of their early attempts to do it. I like it, not gonna lie. I will definitely consider putting Shield back on defense. I will pump things into Coulson. I think that if Brotherhood struggles against them, this will make this team a much tougher, out in Alliance War. So, well done there, Foxnex. Back to Envoy. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm still doing T4s. That's just me. T4s, probably the speed bar change for the shield medic probably jumps 10 to 20%. The ward defense health gain is probably 10%. Same thing with the shield allies, gaining another 10% max health. The apply immunity probably goes from 3 shield allies to all of them, and then probably an extra 10 to 20% on that resist. So that's pretty solid there. So now we've actually got some more shield changes that I kind of alluded to earlier. So let's get into that. Okay, again, these are minor shield changes, but gotta say it. So Nick Fury. You're changing my Fury? Yep. Deal with it. In war, shield minions and Nick Fury buffs. Assault's crit, Fury's heal, operatives focus, etc. will also affect Coulson. No big deal. So, probably freaking out. Nah, it's no big deal. Shield medic. Her special will 100% revive Coulson if he is dead. 100% revive Coulson if he's dead. Put medic with Coulson, in case you were still wondering. In addition to her normal 20% chance to revive a shield ally. Her special now heals all shield for bonus health, not just shield minions. So that's pretty nice to really encourage you to put, her and Coulson together, or him and Coulson if it's depending which medic you're talking about. So, and then we've got one more shield change. Quake. Quake is getting a kit change, but again, it's super minor. Her special now applies slows. That's it. So it's actually pretty cool. So her basic and her special will always apply slow. So Quake is a slow machine. She's going to slow you and offense down you. So that's what we got. We have some footage of Invisible Woman that we will play behind me as I do my outro. So I hope this gave you some insight into their kits. Obviously there's a ton of Envoy videos out there, but let's talk about all that in the outro. So if you're watching behind me, you can see Sue and when she's gonna go. This is a war battle. So just note Gamora, and then Johnny, and then Namor, and then Invisible Woman. So we don't have her stats yet, but that gives you an idea of when she's gonna go. So anyway, having said that, these kits from the AIM rework, Graviton, Agent Coulson, some minor shield changes, pretty cool. Really looking forward to playing with this. I want to get my AIM folks up a little bit, play around with that, see where they can kind of really excel if it's in war, if there's any raids. I'm sure they'll obviously better in blitz, but it's I think it's a nice aspect of the game. You really want to you think of these minion type teams like Shield. It's like that is meant to be, in my mind, like a full entity, and that entity together should be difficult to beat. So I really like that what they're doing here, and making it kind of like, yeah, this team with all these minions, when they combine together, is really tough, and you gotta think through it. So kudos to you, Foxnex, so far. We'll see how it plays out in actuality once we get into the game. There's no stat changes for these AIM characters. The Foxnex did think that the stats were fine as is. It seems that there is some speed bar manipulation. Monstrosity is still pretty slow, but we'll see. I mean, maybe if you play around with that stuff a little bit, that'll help some. And what I mean by is adjacent, who you're putting next to who, to see if you can kind of speed some folks up. And then Coulson, Coulson looks dope. I mean, just straight up, he looks really good. I think he's gonna make Shield I think they're gonna probably go back on more defense if this immunity is like it's gonna keep Brotherhood from just going in there and easily wiping them out. It's like, all right. So, and it's just on more defense. So, you know, you can beat them in other modes, which is actually pretty nice because we need more war defense. And this allows us to kind of do that. So, like that. And then the miter shield changes. They're all just about making sure that the Coulson stuff works right, except for the Quake one. But I think it's a good kind of add to Quake anyway. She's kind of fallen out of relevance anyway. I don't know if that brings her back necessarily, but it does make her a little bit nicer. So, ton of Envoy videos out there. I encourage you guys to check them all out. We've all probably got different things to say about them. You don't necessarily need to read the kit 17 different times, but try to find all of our commentary. I appreciate you for coming by here, and I hope to see you again in the future on some of these efficiency spreadsheet videos that I typically do. And until then, have a absolutely marvelous day.